All right, welcome back. Well, fears of war, the economy, societal issues can all just be as draining as any personal mental health challenges you may be facing right now. But there are ways to get you back on track. Joining us now in studio is licensed professional counselor Kesha Simmons with the Family Connection Center. She's got some strategies to help you maintain hope and also have a sense of purpose, and you can prioritize your physical and mental well-being. Now, Kesha, good to have you back. I guess hope is a word that we don't use sometimes, but we should, because everybody needs hope. And when you lose hope, that's when you got issues. When it comes to mental health, that's when people get into these situations where they feel like they can't get out. But there are some ways to make sure you don't slip into that area.
Right, absolutely. And one of the things that we encourage folks to do, first and foremost, take care of yourself, right? Focus on things you can control, which is your well-being, your mental health, and your wellness. So first thing, you want to do that. And then secondly, like we were talking about at break, build a community, right? Because it's so easy to isolate yourself during these times, and it makes you feel like you're alone. And so you want to build community, get out and socialize. It doesn't have to be a large group of folks, but definitely avoid isolating yourself, because that can lead to some mental health issues. And like I said, it makes you feel like you're alone. So definitely want to get out and socialize.
I would assume that it's good to focus on the small joys in life. You know, we get frustrated throughout the day. Sometimes we have a couple of things that get us off track early on and it messes up our whole day. But if you have a success in something, even if it's small, celebrate it.
Absolutely tap into small joys and find whatever that means for you. The other thing I encourage folks to do, of course, we have to stay informed. We can't just not watch the news, but limit it. Limit your access to news, and then limit how you interact on social media, because those things can be depressing as well. And celebrate the small joys.
It seems like life is more complicated now. We were talking about that. It used to be simple. Everything was simple. Now everything is complicated. And that does create stress, but if you can keep life simple, as simple as possible, that also helps.
Yeah, absolutely. Less is more. I like to say that less is more, and so obviously the more we reach out, we complicate things, and so we have more access to information now, and that can become more complicated. So yes, less is more. Again, when you're building your community, less is more. Just remember that principle, and I think we'll be okay.
What about quiet time? I hear people talk about that, having just some quiet time. Is that something good to do, maybe once a day?
Absolutely, to calm yourself, learning how to meditate. Some people still struggle in that area, but yes, if you can learn how to meditate, to just sit with yourself and relax. And that could even include a cup of tea or your favorite beverage, but just sit, find your space and calm down and take a break from life.
I'm a high energy person. I get worked up, so it's tough for me to unwind.
Yes, you definitely
I have to make a concerted effort to just take a break and get away from whatever I'm doing and just take a deep breath until I can get back on track sometimes. But I have to make an effort to do that, and I'm sure there's a lot of people like that.
That is true, but breathing, you said a key word there, learning how to take those deep breaths. That's usually what our high energy folks can benefit from, tapping into some breathing exercises to just, calm yourself for a minute. And then once you get there, then it's like, which you can attest to that.
Right. Just take a deep breath. It's hard
sometimes.
Take a deep breath.
It's hard.
Take a deep breath. The world's not ending. Okay.
That is true.
Kesha, thanks so much for coming. It's always good to talk with you.
Thanks. Good to see you, Todd.